So I was looking on the internet and I was just browsing through YouTube and I found out that Bryan Callen actually has allegations of sexual misconduct with multiple women, like sexual allegations. And that's kind of crazy, you know? I mean, like a guy like this is basically a rapist and he's successful on YouTube. He's he's got multiple podcasts, doing comedy shows on the road, making so much money, but he's a rapist? That's kind of crazy though. Like how is he so successful and the dude's a rapist? I mean, damn. Wow. I'm kind of confused. I mean, people like him too. Like everybody in the comment section likes Bryan Callen more than Brendan Schaub. I mean, Brendan Schaub's not under any allegations of sexual misconduct. So, I mean, no, but the thing is, the thing that makes Bryan Callen's situation a little bit, dicey, makes it a little bit dicey is that it's multiple women. It's not just one woman. If it was just one woman, okay, well, she could be lying. But then if it's multiple women, then you're like, okay, there's no smoke without fire. So more than likely he did it, considering the number of people that are accusing him. I mean, it's more than one. I mean, I think he deserves a fair trial. He's due. I mean, yeah, but I don't know what's going on. Like, I think this was like a year ago or something. I don't know. Like, it wasn't that recent. I don't know what happened with the sexual assault allegations and stuff. So, kind of crazy. And then Chris D'Elia as well. He's also another guy that's a little bit of a dicey character. He's also under some kind of sexual allegations by multiple women. So Brendan Schaub has kind of surrounded himself with multiple people that are kind of questionable, with questionable backgrounds. I mean, I'm not gonna say they're a rapist, but you know, considering that there's multiple women, kind of seems like that's the case. Yeah, I mean, innocent until proven guilty. I actually believe that. Everything I said in this video is alleged. I don't know if he is or is not, but I'm just giving my opinion on this video, just like everybody else on YouTube, giving my opinion. Um, yeah, Brendan's kind of questionable too because he's cheated on his wife multiple times. He's always drunk or high because he can't deal with the fact that no one likes his comedy special, no one likes his YouTube channel, nobody likes his character. He hates his own family. Like, he tries to spend as much time away from them as possible. He cheats on his wife every single chance he gets. He's a narcissist. He's an arrogant piece of shit. I mean, I don't know if he's a piece of shit, but he's arrogant. And he is very self-righteous. Every time a guest brings up the fact that he was put on by Joe Rogan, he gets defensive and he starts talking about how, oh, Joe Rogan's put on a lot of people. How come they're not as successful as me? And he talks a good game, and I mean, he just talks a lot of bullshit, really, to be honest. And every single MMA fight, damn near, he gets the prediction wrong. So that's another thing. And then he changes his prediction. He changes his pick when the fight is already over, and he says, "Oh, I picked that guy to win the fight." Like, so he lies, and then he constantly picks other. He constantly uses other people's like talking points and bites off of other people, steals people's points, and he just rips off other people's content. He's not very original. I mean, the list goes on and on. Like, there's a laundry list of items of reasons why people hate Brendan Schaub, you know. His success is not based on his own talent or work ethic. It's based on the fact that he has connections. He has friends that have a lot of influence. You know, Joe Rogan has a lot of power, influence, and a lot of money. He just signed $100 million deal with Spotify, and let's not forget all the other millions he's made from his podcast on YouTube, AdSense revenue, and all those other things. He's made millions and millions of dollars, and he's made money off the, you know, I'm not hating on Joe Rogan. I'm just saying, like, and then the thing is, and then there's that other point where Brendan's always parroting Joe Rogan. So he's basically Joe Rogan's parrot. Like, every time Brendan says something, then Joe Rogan disagrees with it. And then Brendan changes his original statement to go ahead with whatever Joe Rogan's saying. So this man doesn't have his own opinion with where Joe Rogan is concerned. Every time he comes on his podcast, you can see that he's just buddying up to him. And I guess Joe Rogan has a huge ego, and he can't stand it if a guest is kind of combative or whatever, or really, how do I say? It's just, I mean, if a guest comes on his show and they are diametrically opposed to what he believes in, and I know, he brings on a lot of different people from different backgrounds and different political views and stuff like that, and they always have conversations, but Joe Rogan always steers the conversation in the direction that he wants it. You know, it's he tries to play that dominant role when he's on his podcast, and he doesn't really give the opportunity. I mean, he gives the opportunity of the guest to speak, but it's like the guest can't speak their mind because they want Joe Rogan to invite them on the podcast again, and so it's all part of the game, you know. You don't want to upset the tiger. You don't want to upset the milkman. You don't want to upset the person that puts money in your pocket. And obviously, you're going to be subservient to that person because they put money in your pocket and food on your table, and they pay your rent and stuff like that. So, you know, people, yeah, you know, I'm not hating on Brendan Schaub in this video. I'm just saying that he doesn't have any talent, you know. That's one thing that we can look at. I mean, if you look at his comedy special, it's like all bad reviews. Nobody likes his comedy, you know. He's not a good comedian. That's just something that he has to come to grips with. Yeah, I think I pretty much hit all the points, you know. People say that he was an accomplished heavyweight fighter. I mean, he was top 10. That's pretty cool, you know. Dude was a top 10 heavyweight. That's pretty cool, you know. He didn't really accomplish too much, you know. He didn't become champion, or he didn't be the top 5. He was a top 10 heavyweight in the UFC. That's an accomplishment, you know. That's not a bad thing, you know. I'm not hating on him for fighting in the UFC or getting knocked out by Minotauro Nogueira. You know, those guys are pretty good fighters, man. Like, and getting knocked out in the UFC, that's not something that's a surprise, you know. Like, it's part of the game, you know. Sooner or later, you're going to lose. Losing is part of the sport. And he failed at the UFC, and he failed at MMA, and then he tried his stint at podcasting. And the reason why he was successful was because Joe Rogan gave him a shot, you know. Why doesn't Joe Rogan give me a shot? Why doesn't Joe Rogan give me a shot? You know? Yeah, but the thing is, like, wow, it's crazy. It's crazy how some people can make it with little support, and some people are rapists or sexual assaulters, and they can make it, and people that are nice and good people don't make it, you know?